meeting of November the 16th, 2022. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And first order of business is approval of the previous meeting's minutes. Any motion to that effect?
Make a motion that we approve the previous meeting minutes.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Motion passed. All right. First thing on the agenda is personal property values changes.
Good morning, everyone. A few changes for in the personal practice section, starting on page 3. These two businesses were one moved out of the county, it's van janitorial, and Cass closed in 2020, but they told us about 2020, so we had to move to 2020, 2021, and 2022. As we go on to page 4 and page 5, these were administrative changes from people filing late returns, except for one, which is number 9, Trim Run Atlanta. Trim Run Atlanta was a mistake that we keyed the CIP incorrectly, so we had to correct the CIP. So it was actually a drop of $16,300,000. Off of that, unfortunately, but that's what that came from. The other ones were either closed duplicates, which is number 12 was a duplicate account, so we had it twice. So the business is still in the county, but some kind of way it was a duplicate account, so we had to remove the duplicate account. And it's the same number twice. Other than that, that's about. And the last page, yeah, that's what yes.
Let me just ask you on, I guess, page 4. The late filings?
Yes, and late filings that added to that, yes.
Okay.
Most of them were adds. The only two that were reductions really were one went down by $720, which is forever and antiques, Trim Run, and A&D Food were on reductions.
Okay. Yeah, let me just ask in regards to, is there a way in the future, like number 9, that's a big hit. Is there a way is that a manual?
We just missed it because it happened around the time we were trying to get into the to close out the digest. So it just we were key into things. So it just needs to slow down.
During like checks and balances in the system,
That's normally they are, but like I said, because we're trying to close out the digest and transfer system, you were time. So with the time crunch and short staff, we didn't do the things that we normally do, which is review everything. So you should not see this.
I guess this question, is that a manual?
It's a
Does the system take that?
No, it doesn't matter. It's just one number. It was really one number off, so it should have 1.8 million instead of 18 million, and some kind of way a number we jumped a number in that should have been in there. We had every number right except for one. That one, 2. So that's kind of that.
So is there like a margin of error, like it's reported to like taxable paid or?
There's no taxes that are paid, so now as a matter of fact, they're only going to pay on what they actually did. They have not set their billing.
No.
We didn't pay as a good day, so they have to pay.
Did you speak with someone downstairs about
I talked to tax commissioner and they recalculated yesterday to tell what the tax rate would be. They talked to the tax rate, so the tax rate is only paid what is based on this $3 million. See what they make. That's a rarity, I'll be honest. Won't see too rare. Yeah.
So I guess I'm just curious if that number got reported in 1909.
It was on the original on the digest, yes, and it'll come off of that. So it'll be, I guess, it's really taken off that.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah. Fortunately, I apologize for what happened, but these things, they can happen, they should happen, I agree. And we will do better, I promise you, in the future. This is the largest lopside I've ever seen. In my career, I'll be honest. But so normally you have somebody checking behind what you do. And because of the conversions and whatnot, that just in the short staff, conversion, all that kind of thing. So being short person, you can't, they can't do as much work as you normally would. And then with conversion, pushing everything to a certain date to have everything in. You're trying to get things done as fast as you can before you get as much in as you can before you have to stop. So you don't have to put as many things on the batch as you can.
If anything to note in residential properties? We're going to,
I'm gonna see about it.
okay.
And that's it for you.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Would entertain a motion to approve the partial property as noted?
I can make a motion to approve the first and property changes as noted.
Second. The motion and second in discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
They might be able to speak about the residential first. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. We're gonna start on page 7 with the 2021 and 2022 admin changes. And first up, we have Judy Lester. We actually had Judy Lester last week, but we missed the 21 changing of her correction of her name. Just put it on here for 2021 this week. She has come into the office several times, and she wanted to make sure that we got it right. She also filed a late appeal, and we'll see that when we get to the appeal from the exceptions. Number 4 here is a deed that was recorded late. They transferred the property in 2020, but didn't record the deed until late this year. So we had to do a correction for 21 and for 22 for the next one. On the property ending in parcel number 56, Nakia Barnes, she passed in 2020, and we had missed her deed. So it is an estate, and we corrected that for 21 and 22. And number 6, the lawyer called about the missed deed on this particular one. So we corrected that one also on 21 and 22. On page 8, you can see Ms. Beasley and Mr. Stokes with the late recorded deed are for 22. And Nakia Barnes, again, is on here for 22. Number 18 is Mr. Webb came into our office, and of course, the deadlines to pay your taxes are upon us. So our office has been bombarded with a lot of people coming in, paying their bills, and then they noticing that the bills are fine. So he came in, and we did notice that we did have his unbuildable lot at a high value, and we reduced it to the 10% of the subdivision lot values at $3,700. So we reduced his. Miss Judy Wilkes, the next one, is approved for her 65 plus senior. She brought in her paperwork. The next one, Mr. Cox, also had a late recorded deed, so we had to get him in here. Mr. Kevin Wild is approved for his L7, which is 62 to 64 senior exemption with his paperwork. And number 22 and number 23 on the next page are related. If you look at number 23 on page 9, the person that had the life estate on there passed away. So it reverted back to Christine Roberts and Margaret Parrish. And at the same time, they applied for their homestead exemption. So they were approved for the S1 for 22, and we had to change the ownership on 23, so she can get there. homestead. The next one is approved for a senior 65 plus. I believe through probate. I don't know if Lauren contacted you about that or not. Meredith, so Meredith helped with that one. And then the last one here with the admin changes. Some of his assessments came back and so we corrected it back to his basic homestead exemption. He did not move from the property. There seems to be a lot of mailing issues in this county. So when it's returned to us, we assume that they're no longer there. But he proved that he was still there in that particular residence. Page 10 is an approval for an appeal for homestead exemption. Miss Judy Lester came in again, and she applied for the homestead, and we on page 11, all of the homesteads that we denied went over to BOE. We had hearings on the 7th and the 8th. And thank you, Eugene, for sitting in for the homesteads, representing the county on those. And all of these were denied except for the last one on November the 8th. And the BOE pretty much went with all the denials that we had, except for one. If you look at the fourth one down for parcel 502513, she was denied, or they were denied, because they had no proof of ever applying. They say that they applied online. They already had an S1 and they were trying to apply for a senior exemption. And two of the board members gave it to her, and one of the board members of Board of Equalization dissented. They felt that they should not have received it. We as a board felt like they should not have received it because there's no proof that they applied for it. Discussed with Eugene and with Meredith as to whether or not to pursue this any further. And we decided that we didn't really want to go any further. This one, we'll go ahead and let them have the senior exemption for year 2022. But it is up to you as a board whether or not. We were trying to see if it would be cost-wise to pursue it, how much it would cost us to pursue it versus we'll just have it. Because she's approved for 2023. So that would be up to you as to whether or not you want to go any further.
Just out of curiosity, did the board members that wanted to approve it, did they give any reason? Did the lady have any proof?
They said that we made a mistake. We said the tax assessor lost the tax official in regards to the lady not filing the property online, which they put the onus on us to prove that we should have gotten it because and we could have lost it. And she didn't get anything saying she did. She said what she told me was it stopped at a certain point and would not let her go any further. And what actually happens is once she finished, it says, "Thank you for applying for homestead." Never got to that screen, so she never finished. But the board said it may have gotten to us, so they're going to give it to her because we probably lost it and just don't want to give it to her. But I tried to explain to them that she should have gotten something to say that she did straight.
And with all our growing pains, they didn't want to hear it.
No, it's not the computer system issue. This is a separate system all that we have to use. So this has been around for almost 10 years with homestead filing. So this is different from IAS and WinGap and all of this. Has nothing to do with any of that. This is a separate program. And what it is it did not come to us because something on her end did not finish. If we've had glitches in that system before in the past, and even with the glitches, it still comes through home. So if it doesn't come the first time, fine. Until there's a guy who actually done that. He's applied 3 times.
All 3 times.
And all 3 had come one time. And then he didn't get some second time, but he got some third time. We got all 3 of the allegations. So the system, if you finish it, it'll tell you, it'll come into us. And so it's not that, it's the board, the 2 people who agreed with her basically said that if she tried to apply, it's good. So that's kind of what it's for. Whether we receive it or not, it's on us to prove that she applied, that she did not try. That she did and it's kind of that's impossible.
Yeah.
So that, and because she came in and told somebody, asked a question to someone in the tax commissioner's office, which was, does she get an email receipt? They told her no. She doesn't get an email receipt that she applied. But that's not the process. The process is when you finish, it tells you on the screen that you finished. So there's no email confirmation. It's an immediate confirmation on the screen. So because she didn't get an email receipt, there's no way to prove that she didn't apply, and we should have had her when she came in that day to reapply.
What's the value of the application? You know?
The value is the same. The value the tax value. The tax value is the same. It's
value stays the same, but she now
the tax bill
upgraded her exemption.
Right.
For a senior.
It's an exemption.
It's gonna have to pay school tax.
Yeah, that's really the question.
That's what it boils down to.
And then how was she able to get it approved for 23?
She actually applied, but she came in person and
She actually applied.
she applied, I think it was about the appeal.
Yeah.
So she applied, 23 is approved. Lauren went through with the paperwork, everything's good for 22.
So she came in person and reapplied. I guess you could say reapplied or actually applied.
Or really,
So really applied. So she applied to 23 when she came into the tax appeal. So it's a few $100 difference in tax. You're right, but the value is not.
You're gonna do it.
Where did I guess just from a legal counsel, I like to get their thoughts.
Well, cost-wise, to file and stand this for court, it court was a lot more money than it's worth. Because of, and that was essentially just the discussion that she already has 2023. So this is really just 1 year. So it really wouldn't be worth it. And a VOE decision, there's no legal and on that. So to not take this further would not be an issue going forward in any other or have any implications on any other. Hey, good morning.
Yeah, I guess I just make sure that we have a clear statement with the DOE, because that's not, what we do business and standard operating procedures. That this falls back on the board of assessors to prove that a person didn't apply. So I love that, maybe we might have further conversations what we can do.
One thing we make sure the administrators know, folks out there new to say, if somebody came and asked a question like this, like, no, you need to get things to say to successfully apply. But we're not going to do it. You don't have something that says to successfully apply, then you haven't got.
And I got you talk to the tax commission office. So that verbiage will actually be said from now on. If someone comes there and asks any question of that nature, if you don't think it went to the
So we reserve the right to get smarter.
Well, can that verbiage also be in when they're filling out electronically, some kind of note or something that says if you do not receive?
I guess it's not going to add it.
You can ask the tax commissioner for their.
But that's not something that we do. Right. We just have to present.
With the tax
That'll be a
commissioner
fancy dish.
and we had these 2 meetings in the past month or two, and spoke about the whole same process. Needed to be updated because they actually have 2 different websites. They have the Celebrate Douglas County website, and they have the DouglasTax.org website. So they now have the first Celebrate Douglas County going over to their website. So we had to get that corrected because there were a lot of different ambiguous things online for taxpayers. So we're also going to try to sit in and implement some policies and because we also have some issues with mail-in applications too. So we're going to have to sit with Judge to see if we can come up with a nice streamlined policies that taxpayers can. So
If this is just a one of million kind of,
It kind of is, but you never know.
yeah, and to that point, it may make sense to, if possible, technically to have some kind of disclaimer, some kind of pop-up or something that says if you don't get, a confirmation, you haven't finished the process yet.
Which should be something.
Yeah.
But
Should have been.
So there's nothing,
But it protects us.
well,
Yeah. These kind of
there's nothing that you can do in government that doesn't have something that says you finished, you're applied. So there's always a receipt for everything.
Oh, sure.
I never see the process anyways, that you don't get a receipt. You give me some, you give me cash, bye-bye, watch this, no student. So,
Again, I just want to make sure for equalization, they understand.
well, they can,
I'm just going back and forth.
the problem with them is they can understand still that it's.
Yeah. There's a report system.
Right, they're all over, right.
The decisions they make.
He was independent citizen, not attached to the county, so they kind of, unfortunately, be taxpayers friendly, they say. They seem to be very tax.
They are.
We can talk.
I would entertain a motion to,
Oh, there's one more thing, I'm sorry. Just want to point out on the very last one, that this is the one where she applied in 2017 and had her receipts that she applied in 2017 and didn't notice until this year that it was not applied. So we gave it to her for 22, 21, and 2020. She continued on to BOE to try to get 17, 18, and 19, and the board did not give that to her. So this is the same, but this is a different board because it's a different thing.
They just.
Yeah, it's a different
Different
method on
board,
this thing.
one board was the same, but they realized they couldn't get it back to appeal that.
She was right, so she was right here.
So,
Yeah.
here.
I just wanted to point that. Okay.
I would entertain a motion to approve the recommendation.
Your motion that we approve the
Second. The motion is second, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Motion passed.
On pages 12 through 15, these are the residential appeal changes. And on the first page, I did some math for you, Martin.
Thank you.
I just got my calculator out and I did some math. I don't have a percent change, but on this whole page right here, we actually went up $4,007.03. And some of the reasons that the values increased on these properties is that we went out there, we checked the appeals, we found some finished basements, some extra bathrooms, updated basement area. A lot of it is basement. We found some, definitely found some basement on a few. So I just wanted to make sure I pointed that.
Those finished spaces.
The finished basements already do add a lot of value. On the second page, page 13, we also picked up some an addition, some decks, some other missing characteristics. Again, basement, a detached garage. We also made some adjustments down for conditions. We saw some condition issues on a lot of the properties. And overall, on page 13 is a plus of $2,131. On page 14, a lot more reductions on this one for uniformity with some of the sales and the subdivisions. Added carport on another one, revamped some additions. We see we picked up 333 square feet, 520 square feet on 28 and 29. We removed the detached garage on another one. On this particular page, it's a negative $95,932. On page 15, we adjusted the grades on one and the condition on another, and also looked at the condition on some more. And this one has a reduction overall of $79,552. And if you look at the attachment A, we have about, I think that's 21 pages of no change. So all of these will automatically go over to the Board of Equalization. Their hearings will be scheduled and we'll be presenting you the results after those hearings. So those are,
He's not ahead of us ahead of time, we know it's not under 60 days. It looked like there might have been some change period.
let's see what's going on. Okay, let me get that one corrected, okay?
This is the work off.
It probably needs to be a change. When we coded A2 for a change and A4, but A4 for a change, A2 for no change. The coding on this one probably was incorrect and it needed to be an A4. So I'm going to go ahead and officially put this under change. Just need to see why it was changed. It says no change, but I think that was incorrect. All right. Thanks for catching. Any questions on the changes or the no changes?
These items just noted.
Make a motion to approve the residential property changes as noted.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.
So just for motion on this and for the changes, I think we need a motion also for the no changes.
I'm going to make a motion for no changes as well.
Make a motion to approve the no change for the properties as well.
Motion and second, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Motion passed. Thanks. Smith. Emergency commercial, bill.
Got on page 16 and 17 is appeals with adjustment for just 30-day notice. And you can see the 1 through 4, pretty much, you can see why we changed it, what we changed it to. Not a lot on those. When I was, first one I changed from restaurant to retail, and that would adjust the income. 2 and 3, we just made some adjustment to the lot size and some lot factors for uniformity. And number 4 is pretty self-explanatory. I adjusted it to the market area rent. Number 5 actually increased in value. That one was a previous 299C value, and they appealed it. I told them we were going to take the override off, and it would go up. And they said, okay, they didn't care because that's how much value should still be lower than the 349,520. So it's going to go on to BOE with the 371,790. Number 6 was just we applied the price paid. We had 620,200. They paid 520. Number 7, again, I did an adjustment to the market area rent, and you can see the difference on that one. Number 8 is another applied the price paid from $5,434,100 to $4,434,000.
I want to point out on number 8 on page 17, that's the one Steve and I spoke about to virtual and to Martin, where we gave the offer 95% of the purchase price. And as you can see on that particular page, it's a negative $1,100,000. And on page 16, the overall is a negative $1,099,914. I just wanted to get Martin that math.
Any questions on that? Okay, the next is the hearing officer results on page 18. And this was the first one from November 1st hearing. You see we had mostly vacant lots in one shopping center. vacant lots, they lowered actually quite a bit. And the result of the recommendation was adjusted land to be in uniformity or conformity with surrounding land parcels. They did that for the first three. You can see the first one was lower 37%, the number two was lower 61%, and number three was lower 38%. I went back and looked, the 2021 values were lower than they actually lowered them to, so we did get an overall increase from 2021 to the final value of 2022. So we just didn't go backward below the previous year. I just wanted to put that out there in case. And I don't think we really should push them any forward because it's vacant land. It's hard to, uniformly, it's hard to, to say whether it's right or wrong. So we can just leave them like they are. That would be my recommendation to the board. And for November 4th meeting, you can see it was just 8%. And they did the adjusted value based on the income and cost data. November 7th meeting, first one and the third one were no changes. The second one was an adjusted agreement. And that was 11%. So that was between the board with us and the November 8th, you can see the first two were no change. The last one was 11%, and they based that on market evidence and uniformity. So that's the results from those.
And these are hearing officer meetings where the hearing officer is a certified MAI appraiser. And he is one of the few certified hearing officers in the whole state of Georgia. And it was not a panel, it was more than three people, it's just one person. And he's been doing it for a very, very long time. And he's fair most of the time when it comes to making changes and adjustments. And he usually has their reason. He doesn't just really make changes, he really does look at it. So I just wanted to point that.
That's the taxable fees, there were no changes.
I'll entertain a motion to approve these changes in commercial property values and with no changes as noted.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the changes in commercial property values and the no changes as noted, as well as the hearing officer's findings.
Second. So the vote is the second, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Motion passed. Would this come under unfinished business?
Yes. We have a document that was executed by Steve Balfour on November 8th, 2022, as the chief appraiser pursuant to Georgia Code 485-264B. Steve gave Adrian Marshalow as the deputy chief appraiser authority in his absence to certify and sign documents prepared by staff. And this is ongoing and would only be revoked in writing by Steve. And we are just asking that the board pass on and include this, since it was signed on November 8th, 2022.
I'll entertain a motion to approve this letter as noted.
I make a motion that we approve this letter as noted.
A motion second for discussion. All in favor, say aye. Motion passed. Other deputy chief appraiser, anything? That's it.
The only thing I just want to give an update on the processing of the 2022 appeals. And instead of just for every single number here, we are 76% complete in processing them. We are getting more and more over to the Board of Equalization, so we're going to have a lot more hearings scheduled in the future, as well as still trying to process the remaining amount of appeals. That is all I can.
Quick question, any updates on the computers, versus status?
Actually, I'm going to defer to Tamika. Gee, can you let us know what's going on with?
Well, so far we had 2 more to come in. So we were at 7, so now we're at 9. So we're still awaiting some more to come in, some this week and some next week. So we'll update you with more. So hopefully they'll be done before the year is out. That's what our hope is. Let us out their new computer screens. And we're still awaiting the monitors as well.
Yeah, we just have the computers with big monitors.
Yeah, but no monitors yet.
What's up with the car?
The car is supposed to be the 18th, but we'll see because every time I call, it's more of a delay to next month. It's in Kentucky, it's here. Then he told me last time that there was a chip problem that they have delayed it. He didn't know for sure. So every time I call, it's more delays. So I'm hoping this time that they will deliver. But those are my hopes.
Now, when you say we have 7 of the computers, but no monitors, are you saying no additional monitors, or none at all? So,
Oh, we have some monitors.
okay. Okay.
But I have a new computer that's literally just sitting on my desk. Because, I'm not connecting it with the monitor I have. I need the monitor. I'm still using my laptop that connects to the monitor. And switch them up if I want to, but we just need the monitors. So everyone should have 2 monitors.
This year.
Yes.
And then in regards to the car, is that someone internal to the county or is that dealer that you're speaking of?
I'm speaking with the dealership. Yeah. And so, and he said it's a problem not just for us. He said with all the inventory that they had, it's been a great delay.
Dealership.
No, he said with the transport from here, from where they're at, the car had to be created. So what he's saying is the car is already made up, but to get here has been a delay with the trucking, the shipment. Then he said that some trucks had a problem with their chip, so that may have delayed it. So every time I talk to him, it's something different. So that's why I said we just don't know. Every time I talk to him, it's something different from what he told me last time.
It's been arriving since August.
So is there an opportunity we can go to another dealer? I
They've
mean,
already given money.
Were you getting special price consideration or anything when we purchase those in advance?
No, we only get all ones. So, we put them on the bill. It's
We bought a bunch of.
It's athletic, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yes. So,
those are cars, it's the okay. So you say you had to deal with that. What's so special about this?
yes. If you want to get with me, then give the information on it. So, Marcus.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, there's no frills. Mm-hmm. So,
I think these are good discussions.
yes, they will.
Who is it? No, for the business. Then they're going to next week.
But we'll get exactly.
Oh, that's right. The motion is on the safety side.
Motion that we go into the executive session.
Which better?
Let's hear.
Verifications.
There you go, that's the word.
You're back
Are we
live. The
back
floor is
online?
yours. Yep.
Okay, thank you. So I guess our next call of business is to set the next meeting date. 2 weeks from now is November 3rd. I'm good on the board. Like you guys. December 1st.
That's the Thursday.
That's it.
We don't do it many.
I'll be out 28, 29, and 30th.
And the doctor's one, 29.
First of December.
It's the first December.
What day?
I think
Thursday.
first,
Thursday's good. Some days will be.
Go ahead. Assessors. We have much more business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I can bring a motion we adjourn today's meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed.